Hi, everyone. This is Dimitri from Golden Ticket. Welcome to another trading session. In today's video, I will cover a little recap on making a watch list. So, yeah, let's get started. I want to start this off with doing some social analysis, I guess you could say, or because there's three things you got to do. You got to do fundamental analysis, you got to do technical analysis, and of course, you always need your social sentiment. So I'm going to pull up tool that I use to check the social sentiment on things. And that's going to help us because we're going to see what stocks right now are currently being discussed the most. And the reason why I do social sentiment is because I want to see, who's talking about what. Because, as much as I hate pump and dump stocks, I can't say that they're not worth watching from time to time, just because of the fact that why not, profit from what other people are trying to do. Okay, so let's check out first Wall Street bets and see what these talking about. And we're gonna also pull up a sticky note. Okay, so I'll pull this up over here, put it right there. I'm gonna add some stocks before we look at their charts. So with the most discussed one, GME. I'm not even gonna add that. Nope, not playing it. SPY. I'm gonna add that because I know that SPY is gonna be probably having puts open on it tomorrow. So I'm just gonna make myself a little note right away. Put. Uh, AMC. Not gonna even bother with that one. Let's see. BABA. That went up pretty well today, so I'm gonna do BABA, and in here I'm gonna put check chart. I usually just put CC, but for the zoom I'll put check chart. PFE. Let's see, MVDA. Basically, you want to go for stocks that you think are gonna move, or that you actually know and have interest in. You don't want to go for things like GME, AMC, CLOV, Wish, because literally those stocks are just pump and dump. So, you have to just look at the general sentiment of everything around you. So, we know that AMC and GME are huge pump and dumps. There's still people who are stupid enough to think that AMC is going to hit $100. So I do not know what JD is, so I'm going to put JD on the list. Let's see, JD, PLTR, yeah. I've been hearing that, not on just social, but PLTR has been doing decent. AMD is something I'm interested in after it's dropped from $120. Somebody in the chat asked for TGT, so we're going to add that. TGT. And I think that's all from here for Wall Street bets. Take a look at the heat map. JD, Wish has a lot of interest right now, but I'm not going to go for Wish. Obviously, OCID, JD, let's see. PFE has negative sentiment, so does NVDA. Okay. So we got our Wall Street bets. And now let's take a look at corporate. See if we see anything in there. All right, so in corporate, don't really have a lot of change. But the top ones are NYT, Twitter, MANU, Facebook went up today. WWE, pulled that out a while ago. TSOA, clearly, TSOA went up yesterday, had a very nice move. So that's something that is worth paying attention to. INTC. Okay. I'm not really seeing anything that's, really jumping out at me, but I want to add MANU. And I want to add, I'll look at Disney again and Aapl. So we're going to go DIS, MANU, AAPL. Now, drop this down here. Hopefully Scanz is not going to give me a headache today. If it does, then it's going to suck. We're going to start with just an easy little scanner. Now let's no. Pro. No. Let's see. Look for price bid is less than or equal to $20. Okay, so let's enter rule. We're gonna go to volume. Base volume is greater or equal to 1 million. Add new rule. And I look at short interest. Yeah, short percent of float is greater or equal to, now it chooses greater or equal to less than or equal to 10%. And then when we hit scan, we get this 1,181 stocks that are, the rules that we set. And the reason why I'm showing you guys how to set these rules is so you could know what rules to set. I'm going to show you some more. So I added Facebook to the chat, so we're going to add Facebook to here. Now, let's see, TKAT. That's NFT. So that's one of the things that was requested in the chat. I think I did it on the Front Porch channel today for me to look at, and that was, check out NFTs. And then we see Ford had nice movement, and it also tells you, how much news there was about it. So we're gonna check that out later. So let's add TKAT. I know there's another one, VXRT, I think it is. Let me double check. VXRT. There it is. Okay, so today it went up as well, so we could add that to the list. So let's go VXRT. I know the list looks wrong, but after we look at the charts, the list is gonna start getting smaller very quickly. Let's now change this sort of by percent change. Okay, so this stock had 20,000%. This stock had 15,000% increase. How do we find it? So if you were to invest your entire portfolio into this stock yesterday, today you would have raised your portfolio by 15,233%. Sounds like a dream come true. I know. Trust me, I used to beat myself up about these things all the time. However, these are penny stocks. So we don't want to look at the pennies. We're going to go down. Now with these stocks, you could look at, if you have a small portfolio, obviously you want to buy something that's 298 and sell it at whatever. It had a 59-cent increase. So basically it wasn't 298, it opened around 250, 248. Yeah, we could look at that. The volume was good. There were a lot of trades on it. But this is for you guys. If you're watching this right now, you could write this down. COE, if you like penny stocks. I see KLXC went up today by $1.36. That's something I could take a look at because that's at least it's close to $10. So we're gonna go. Okay, so we're gonna add KLXE. Let's keep moving. DLPN, that's one I heard about a lot. So I'm gonna add that. DLPN. GEVL I heard about a lot, but that's overinflated stock. I already know that people just blew it out of proportion, so I'm not gonna add that. DIDI, that's a good stock. That is a stock that I do have faith in, Chinese stock. It's basically like the Uber of China. And they actually only went down in price because China tried to get them removed. So with China trying to get them removed as an app to download, that's why their price went down. And because of that, NIO's price went down, which is NIO, and that's an electrical car company, because DIDI was going to be used to get rides from cars by NIO. So we're going to add that. We're going to add Blackberry. Blackberry is good company, even though by now it is a little manipulated. However, we could see that there's a lot of trades. The volume is really high. So I really do want to see that. And, you can see with DD, the first one that jumped in my head, the volume was also huge. The amount of trades is just through the roof. So we're going to go and add that too. Let's just add BB. What's this? Biopath Holdings. Sounds like an SPAC to me. I'm not going to go into SPACs right now. By the way, for those of you who are thinking of what is an SPAC, SPAC stands for Special Purpose Acquisition Company. They're blank check companies used to acquire other companies. So sometimes, SPACs at the beginning of the year from January to about April were the hype. I mean, they came out at $10 a share was usually their value. And, within the first 3 days could shoot up to $20 a share and then get sold off. They were all the hype in the beginning of the year. Nowadays, not so much. This is just huge volume, but this is not something we want to do. Obviously, it's a penny stock. It's not something that interests us. So let's see. All right, we're done with going through the percentage. Now let's look at ask. So clearly this has low volume. $17 bid, $85 ask. Automatic disqualification. Same thing with this. Automatic disqualification. Let's go down. This has decent volume. SU. I'm gonna take a look at SU. Like I said, this is just for you guys to see how to pretty much make watch list. And then somebody mentioned shop. So we're gonna add shop. Now, if I wanted to on here for the Pro Scanner, I could add more things. Obviously, could add a new rule, which is my analytic. If I wanted to do price, I could say, I want to see stocks that broke their 52-week high today. I want to see stocks that broke their 52-week low today. One of the good ones that you could do is 10, 20, and 40-day lows. Because, and if you think back to our previous Zooms when I was showing you how to swing trade, if we pull up a stock, let's like say, let's get rid of this, this, this. I'm gonna do this. If I wanted to find stocks I could swing trade, right? So I'm gonna go to Lowe's. I'm gonna go to say 20-day low, and is less than is between. Let's see, let's swing trading. Let's not talk about options, but buying stocks, just to buy stocks, because swing trading is good with options also, but you have to know what you're swing trading for. You have to know the reason why you're doing it, so on and so forth. Swing trading is easier with stocks. So we're gonna go for the price of, so let's keep in mind that everybody has a different profile portfolio. They have different amounts to spend. So we're gonna go between $10 to $15, something that everybody can afford as long as your account is over at least $1,000. If you have $2,000 and margin, then you have $4,000 spending power. Of course, spending power also greatly depends on the stock. And I'm gonna basically go a little off topic here for a second because I want to explain this. For example, if you buy the stock CCIV has what they call a maintenance requirement of 70%. That means that although you have margin, when you buy CCIV, you have to put down at least 70% in cash and only be able to use 30% on margin. So most stocks have a maintenance requirement of 30 to 50%. CCIV has a maintenance requirement of 70%. So, not all stocks are, created equally. Basically, some stocks you need more cash for, some stocks you need less cash for. It all depends on their maintenance requirement. You could always check that, look at it through your broker. So we're gonna go for a stock that's between $10 to $15 and hit its 20-day low. Scan now. We got 1,543 results. CARA is one of them. So we're gonna go into our notes and we're gonna add 20-day lows / swing trades. I see CARA, GEF, SOFI, I recognize that even though it's been boosted to hell. TLRY, which is just throwing out your money. FSR, very good company, one that I'm in right now. Just to verify, okay. LUMN, I called that stock out, I don't remember. I don't know, you gotta check the Discord. So let's do LUMN. And by the way, this scanner, you do not have to, pay for it. Obviously, there is a paid version, but there's also free versions. Like you could go to right here, benzinga.com, and you could go to tools, and they do have scanners. There's different kinds of tools that Benzinga has. I use Benzinga Pro, but so you have FinViz. So you could do a screener. You don't have to sign up, and you could literally put exactly what I put into here on my Pro scanner right here. You could also add it in here. So, you choose any exchange, obviously. You could do earnings dates. So you could scan for earnings dates. Um, let's see, IPO, you don't need that. Shares outstanding, you need float short. That's very important. So float short, you definitely do want to use. I usually like to scan for lower shorts, because higher shorts means the stock could be more easily manipulated. The way you pumping up a stock is find one that has high short interest, and then you pump it. So what that does is it boosts the price up, and the people who are shorting the stock are starting to lose money. And now they have, three choices. Choice A is they take a loss. Choice B is they sit there and they just, get assigned or exercised by their brokerage. And choice C is they're going to hold on to it and keep losing. Now, obviously, they don't want to do that. So most of the shorts are going to get out, and that's going to cause the short interest on that stock to go down, which makes the price go up. It's the same thing with shorting stocks. People who like to short stocks, they also look for people who are, going long and so on and so forth. So, if you're doing this, relative volume is something you always, always, always want to include. What relative volume is the amount that the volume moved today relative to, in the past. So, you definitely want to set a relative volume. Usually, over 1.5, over 2 is okay. If you want to go for lower, then you're under 2, under 5, whatever. And then you want to go to just regular volume, so average volume. So in basically a recap of what you need to always set: the float short, relative volume, average volume. This you could leave, blank, and obviously what price. If you want, under $20, over $20, whatever, say your price that you're scanning for. So this site is FinViz. It's a free scanner. You don't have to pay for anything. If you prefer, using things like this. And the good thing about sites like this is they give you details. So, if I wanted just to look at NVDA, when they pull it up, you go down here, and first of all, they give you the chart automatically. They show you the simple moving averages. You could, change this up. You could add more, indicators to it. Then down here, you could see their EPS. For those that don't know what EPS means, it's earnings per share. So that's something really important. You could see its SMA percentages, like, how is it doing? You could see the SMA, the 200 moving average percentages. You could see its performance. You could see the volatility. You could see its previous close. Everything you need to know about a stock, it's all there. It's all free. So, when you're building your watch list, it's definitely important to take a look at this, because you don't want to buy into something which is just red all over. If it's failing on every point, it's not for you. So now that you guys have a free tool, you have a paid tool, which is Benzinga, and the Benzinga has a free scanner as well. And you have Scanz. You have every tool you need to be able to go out to, start tonight and look for shares that you want to add to your watch list. And just as a general suggestion, I'm going to tell you, look for shares that have done really well in the past 2 days, because those are the ones that you're going to want to short or put. If you're opening puts on it, you're going to make money. If you are, shorting it, which is basically selling the shares that you don't have, you're going to make money. Why? Because once Thursday hits, unless there's some breakthrough news, we're going to be, up shit's creek when it comes to the markets. As you can see today, the futures, SPY, QQQ are already starting to go down. So look for things that have been doing really well. NVIDIA has been doing really well. I'm going to be shorting NVIDIA most likely. And once I see that NVIDIA has dropped to a price that is not going any further or anywhere, it doesn't have any lower to go, that's when I'm going to go and open a call, or I'm going to open a long position. So NVIDIA is down to the $1.65. That already shows you that tomorrow is going to go further down. Why? Because for NVIDIA, a stock that costs $217.93, a $1.65 drop is nothing. That's only 0.75%. Usually when a stock drops, it drops by 5%, sometimes 10%. It dropped less than 1%, and today was a green day where most stocks were up. So if tomorrow we open red, your head has to automatically think, well, if it only dropped less than 1% on a green day, could you picture how much it's going to drop on a red day? And this was 1% on an option, $1.65 on 10 contracts, for example, is a lot of money. That's over $1,000 probably, depending on volatility and so on and so forth, and the Greeks that we just discussed earlier. All right, so we have our little watch list now, or basically the unedited version of the watch list. So we're gonna pull up TD Ameritrade. Let me resize it like this. Move it right there. Okay, so SPY automatically, I'm not even gonna look at, we looked at it already. I know it's gonna go down. Let's do BABA. It went up today by $6, 6.61%, which is $10.64, high of 178. Now, like I said, after hours does not count. Why? Because that is just retail traders. And, as special as we may think we are, come 9:30, when, say, BlackRock enters the market, they control $3.3 trillion in funds. If you think you could compete with them, be my guest. I'm staying out of that fight. So come tomorrow, BlackRock is going to be okay. If they did make, if they are in here, they made their $10 per share, and they don't buy anything that less than, 1 million shares. They're going to go and sell off. Why? Because they know that the market's going to go down. Now, BABA has just gone up by $10.64 in one day. You could see retail traders already started selling off right over here. And this was nothing but a power hour play. And it went from 171 to a high of 172.80. Had dips before that. And we're gonna pull up a chart that we're gonna use for the rest of the stocks. So we're gonna look at 1 year, 1 day. All right, so what is going up over here? It's not anywhere near its high price, but it is going through some shitty times right now. So let's add a study real quick. Gonna add the calendar channels. We're gonna edit them, and we don't want 1.5. We always want 2.25, because that gives us a better space in, I guess, between the channels, so we could see prices more clearly. In my opinion, 2.25 works a lot better than the 20. We have a 200, 10, and 40 moving day averages. Apply. Okay. So now we got our channels right here. It's on the lower channel. So now I'm thinking, okay, do I want to risk definitely saying I'm going to open a put on this? No. The reason why, because it's on the lower channel and it looks like it's starting to move up. So I'm not going to definitely make a call saying I'm opening a put on this because I'm not sure. For all I know, it could potentially continue going up tomorrow. I mean, it's down from, $319 on November 3rd, 2021. And it's been going down ever since. And right now it looks like it's starting to make a little move back up. I'm not going to say it's going to go back to that price, but it could be a situation like it was over here, where it went from 198 up to 231 or 230 in, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 days. So, it might have a run like this. And we could see that usually when there is a green bar, a full green bar with a nice wick, that we do have a multi-day run. Over here, you got one. Here you have one. Here you have one. Here you have one. Here you have one. Clearly, I'm not drawing. This isn't, anything to brag home about, but this right here, this is a nice full bar. So tomorrow it may continue running. So, we know that BABA, we're gonna put SO, which is C open. PFE, automatically gonna go there. Now, this right here is gonna get shorted. It's not really just gonna get shorted, but it's gonna get impacted by the market. Thursday, Friday, and tomorrow, I could, pretty much say for sure that the price is gonna go down. Why? Because I see this right here. What's it called? Green value is going down. The red value, it's going down, but it's gonna spike back up. Now, over here, we could see on the ADX that the price was increasing, but it's starting to turn down. Same over here, same over here. The blue is good, green price, yellow, red price. And on the RSI, we could see that the price is beginning to travel downwards. So this weekend is not going to be good for PFE. Hence, we go to our little notes and put T. Let's go over these a little fast. I'm going to stop writing my notes because I'm going to do this later anyway. NVDA. So, looks like the price is starting to drop. Red's starting to move down. Yeah, that's going into a crossover. This price is starting to go down. NVIDIA is probably going to go down. However, if you're not 100% sure, right now I'm about 80% sure, I would also, again, put C open. So next one, we're going to check JD. Chinese company. Every time you see ADR, that means it's a Chinese company. Another thing that you have to keep in mind is when you do see ADR and you buy it, if you buy the stocks, whatever, you might not know this, but you're paying a fee. Every time you hold an ADR stock, you pay a fee to your broker. They don't tell you about it, but there is an ADR fee. You pay, a certain percentage or per share. So I would recommend looking at your portfolio, going down to Google and seeing, for that stock, what the fee is. So, just keep that in mind. It had a huge spike today. So I'm thinking like, what was the spike? Why? From 67 to 73.45. So I would, automatically go over here. Somebody said ER, but I want to show, just how to do this. Just go to Yahoo, type JD. You could also do this in Thinkorswim in the news section. I just don't want to log into my actual account right now to pull up the news section, even though I might have it actually on paper trading. Let's check that out. Live news. JD. Okay, so we have news on it right here. JD.com and Baidu lead the NASDAQ 100 in a mixed day of trading. Right here, Chinese regulators say tech crackdown is not aimed at threatening foreign IPOs. And, you can basically go through its news and see what the big deal was. However, I'm going to open a short position on this. Why? Because right now it's overinflated. Yeah, okay, they had good news, but guess what's going to happen tomorrow? Tomorrow, people are going to start taking their profits. So at open, you could open a put on this. I guarantee you, you'll make money. Simple as that. If you don't have Thinkorswim, if you have Webull, I know Webull has news also. So you could open your Webull account and go to news. So let's go through AMD. I just want to go over the main stocks. AMD. So right here, we see it's in a downtrend, starting to pick back up. This is telling us today that the red trend is starting to finish up. And, the indicators are showing that the red trend is starting to finish. However, that's when you go back to fundamental analysis and you look at the NASDAQ, you look at the Dow, you look at the S&P 500, and you look at the economic talks coming up. If they drive the market down, it's going to delay AMD's movement upwards. So you could possibly get that call or open a long position for a cheaper price. That's something that you really want to keep in mind. Let's go to Aapl. Yeah, this is definitely going down. There's nothing to say. From September to now, it's, broken its high point. Over here was the advancement stage. Right now is the distribution stage. The next stage that comes is the decline. So stocks have 4 stages. They have accumulation, advance, distribution, decline, AADD. The accumulation stage is basically this same thing, as it is now, except lower, which was here, accumulation. And then it goes up, which is the advance. Then it goes into the distribution stage where they're selling off, having this and that, and that's when the decline happens. So the next part after this, Aapl is going down. I'm pretty sure I actually heard PTT mention that on Discord that he's going to be opening puts on Aapl. PLTR, somebody just missed. Let's do that. Not somebody just missed. Somebody just mentioned in the chat. Let's go to PLTR. PLTR, this is pretty much a sideways pattern. I don't see anything special. I guess the price is, noteworthy. It went from 2088 to a high point of about 2597. But for the, I guess just in general, it's pretty much kept a steady price over here, plus minus $5. You could, open a put on it. It's going to go down. I could tell you that for sure. However, we're not going to see movements like this. It's going to be something similar to this. Probably, you might see a pattern like this for 2 days, maybe somewhere around here. It's going to go down because all people are going to be pretty much going into, like I said, they're going to be worried about what's going to be announced. So that's something that, it's worth taking a look at. But like I said, always before opening your options, see how the open is and not from 9:30 to 9:31. You want to look from 9:30 until, I would say, latest 9:45, because sometimes stocks could dip and then rip. So they'll go down at first and then just fly up, and you don't want to get caught in one of those positions. So keep that in mind. Let's do shop. Okay, so today did great. Very pricey stock, obviously. It moves from 1465 to 1535. Not a lot of people could afford a share like this. Now let's do Didi. This stock hasn't been open much, but over here it started dropping. This is when the government really started messing with it. That's around the time when Neo fell as well, when it went public, because they didn't want DIDI on the American market. So there's not much to see here. This is definitely something you got to check it open. So I'm going to replace that real quick with TGT. It was one of the ones that was requested. Okay, target hit its high right here, went down. It went right now. It's green, but only because it's a green market, in my opinion. I would definitely say that tomorrow is going to be a red day for this stock. I don't think it's going to go back up. I don't think it's going to break its 52-week high right now. There is nothing that I see that's going to be pushing it to break that 52-week high. It says right here today, retailer stock up on above the keyboard close. I'm not sure what above the keyboard close, what they mean by that, but you could read that article, find out. But today was a really hot day for retailer stocks. Tomorrow, if the market is in red, believe me, those retailer stocks, they're going to give away all their earnings. And now is the swing trades that we found. As you see ARA first. Now, if you remember, we were scanning ones that were at the 20-day. So over here, see, right now it's at an all-time high. It's been, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, about basically almost 2 weeks going with, I would say, semi-consistent. So you can see that it's been just going up. Today it had a huge boost. I guarantee you that huge boost tomorrow is going to go down and people are going to be stuck bag holding unless somehow the stock is just being overly pumped. But I highly doubt it because the shorts that were pushed out in these days are going to be coming back with a vengeance. So this is what I could say with 80% certainty that it's going to go down tomorrow, unless it's somehow being, boosted on a level of AMC, which I doubt. And from aside from CARA, I said I would also do LUMN. So LUMN. Okay. Yeah. So this stock right here is something that I would say, if this wasn't a red market, this would be a good swing trade to gain money on. However, with it being a red market, I can't say that because I know that there's investors are going to panic. So there might be some pullbacks. There might be some people taking out their money and just holding on to it until this passes. So I can't really guarantee that, there's going to be a pullback. I can't guarantee that there's going to be something bad. Dividends are coming out 827.21. So basically for every share that you have, you get, I think it's at 25 cents. Yeah, that's what a dividend is. For every share that you own, you get X amount of dollars or pennies, depending on the company. I'll throw in one more and then we're going to wrap this up, and that will be TLRY. So TLRY, it's just, I'm going to say right now, pot stocks are not dependable. Canadian, stocks, Canadian companies, I know all kinds, but they're all, up and down and sideways. You never know which way they're going to go. So I would never recommend holding cannabis stock for long term. However, if you want to, make sure you do your research. Like I said, you can always check the news on over here. There's also a news section on Webull, and you also always have CNBC, Yahoo Finance, everything. Basically, there's news all around you. It's something that you don't have to pay for. It's very easy to find. But with TLRY, the current chart, again, is suggesting a bounce up. So that's why we did that last scan, to find, swing trade plays. And, we just looked at a stock before that was about to bounce up. And I said, if it wasn't a red day coming, I would say get in. It's the same thing with here. I would say, you could get in and, stay in for like 3-4 days and get out and make a profit. However, tomorrow it's gonna be a deciding day, depending on how the market opens tomorrow and how everything is moving, is going to show us how, the rest of the week is going to end. And this conference runs from Thursday to Saturday. So Saturday is when we, pretty much get the final summary. And that final summary is going to dictate how Monday opens. So now you guys understand, basically, we did a watch list. So you guys see how to use a scanner, the categories that you want to fill out. And just in case, so you don't have to rewind, I'm going to give you the categories one more time before we hop off of here. The ones that you mainly want to focus on is average volume, relative volume, float short. You could do float as well, but it's not necessary. You could do current volume, not necessary. And obviously the price. So we got average volume, relative volume. And remember, relative volume is basically how much the volume is raising today compared to, the days prior. Float short. If you want these two, float and current volume, which are not necessary, and the price. This side is spinviz.com. You also have benzinga.com. For the scanner, it's scans.com. And also I have a link to it in the Discord under tools we use. So if you're gonna go for scans, use my link, because at least this way I get something out of it. And for this one, for the social media, it's quiverquant.com. So it's right here. And that gives you it's an easy way to check the social sentiment on things. It tells you, Wall Street bets, so on and so forth. And, that's pretty much going to wrap up our Zoom for today. So practice up, do some paper trading. Yeah, and that's it. Well, have a good night, everyone. And before you go, here are 3 free ways that we can help you become a more profitable trader. You can join our Discord channel. Also, subscribe to our YouTube channel for all the latest videos and like this video. Thanks, everybody, for watching. More videos to come. We usually do them once a week, and I will see you later.